And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Jackson is out there with Jalen Wells. Then there's Ty Jerome. Then it's Santi Aldama. And it's Coward in at the 2. And for the Warriors, backcourt pair will be Curry and Podziemski. Draymond Green is out there with Horford. And it's Moody in at the small forward. And the NBA starting, Greg, to enter the 3rd act of the regular season. A lot of teams looking for that extra gear right now.
Yeah, some fans might think that everything is decided at this point in the season, but there's a lot of games left and nothing is written in stone.
Well, you knew that was coming. Curry with the answer.
Now the Grizzlies with it. Here's Coward. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Moody the pass to Horford. Back to Moody. A 3-ball. And it's Curry again from deep. Curry's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Yeah, at this point, we're shocked if Steph even misses one of those.
Outside Jackson. No good from outside. Warriors have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. A shot by Podziemski, no good. For Memphis, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Wells. Pass to Aldama. That shot off. Good work defensively by Horford. And this Grizzlies organization, Greg, not afraid to innovate.
Yeah, we see that with the offense they've implemented. Different from just about any other team in the league. Rather than pick and roll, it's much more predicated on off-ball shifts and cutting.
Here's Coward. Back to Jerome. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Jackson misses. Well, for Memphis, their last game, a loss to the Trailblazers in Portland. Curry with the bucket. Curry's got 11.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
And Jerome has got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. 3-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, that's the big challenge. Teams tend to feel more comfortable at home for sure, so you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. That just didn't happen in this one.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isola. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
Yeah, let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Horford. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
Yeah, truthfully, I think his numbers are fine, but in talking to him, he thinks they should be even better.
Aldama can't hit.
But that's a look you rarely see him miss.
For 3, and another 3 for Golden State.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
The Grizzlies trail by 12. Jackson has the open look. The Grizzlies with another miss.
I love those kind of looks as a player. Plenty of space and peace of mind to launch. Rarely see him that open.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
So far, a great game plan and great execution, but we still have a long way to go.
Horford the pass to Green, and Green slams it in.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Well, the score reflects it. They've just been the better team all the way around.
And the dunk by Wells.
They worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
That's the kind of play that can spark a run. A dunk like that energizes everyone on the team. Well, unless the defense adjusts, I don't see any change here. He has flat out taken over this game with his scoring.
Jackson, that's good. the Warriors with possession here. The lead is 15. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
When a defense is under attack like that, it can get into their head and break their will. I think that's exactly what we saw.
The Grizzlies trail by 18. I've always admired the impact that Steph Curry, Tim, has made on this game, and not only at this level, but at every level. With that in mind, do shooters train differently in part because of him?
Yeah, I believe they do, Kevin, but you've got to beware. This is a guy that's often imitated, rarely replicated. He is so special, but I think guys need to add escape dribbles, the sidestep dribble, and certainly deep shooting off the dribble. That's where Steph Curry has impacted the modern shooter.
That's good advice.
Hard to believe you could have this kind of a flow. Unbelievable.
Here's Jerome. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jerome.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Richards is checked in. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Brandon Pajemski. Here's Curry. Wow, that makes him a perfect 10 for 10. Double-digit perfection.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
Outside for Pippen. Here's Spencer. It's good from long range.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Curry with the three. Hits it from three-point range. Curry's got 31.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Warriors.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
Well, don't forget about their scoring in the open floor. They've been getting a lot of production on their break.
So on the floor for Memphis, we've got Kyle Anderson. Scottie Pippen is out there with Caldwell Pope, and it's Spencer in at the one.
Substitution for your Warriors, number 18.
And for Memphis, they're shooting around 40% from the floor here. Here's Spencer. It's Pippen on the wing. Pass to Spencer. Caldwell Pope outside. Drills it from outside. Caldwell Pope's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And here's Porzingis for a three. And the Warriors up. Number three.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Tim, some forget, prior to the success of Stephen Curry, the Warriors were not considered a top-tier franchise.
Well, before he arrived in 2009, this was one of the lowest all-time winning percentages, but they have built a dynasty, and they are now considered one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports.
Memphis with the ball, and let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey, the Grizzlies last season retired the jersey number of the grind father, defensive ace Tony Allen, the player who coined the grit and grind motto that came to define the franchise in the 2010s. Allen was a perennial all-defense selection in Memphis, and his hard-nosed play set the tone. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks a lot.
This guy is a high flyer, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Warriors leading by 22. Here's Curry. Bucket is good. Curry's got 33.
Stronger than he looks. Curry able to take the hit there and finish.
And here's Jerome. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. With the drive, Coward. That one a little long. Golden State's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Here's Curry. Rebounded by Prosper. Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And it's Coward missing. Coward's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Jacks up a 3. No good there.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
Kept alive. Here's Prosper. Knocks down the 3 ball. Prosper's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Warriors leading by 21. Curry deciding where to go with it. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Curry's got 36.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's ready to talk things through with them. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. If you look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence who can also stretch the floor from deep.
Yes, certainly a nightmare to contain. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. And that one's good. Coward.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
Up top, Curry, guarded by Jerome. Outside, Curry. Shot clock at 6. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Wells in the corner. No good with the triple. Warriors leading by 21. Melton finds Porzingis. It's Curry outside. Grizzlies with the rebound.
It's a tough stretch for him right now. He may want to find a different way to stay involved.
Jerome, good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And so Steve Kerr tries to call a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Some changes for Golden State. Horford comes in for Porzingis. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for DeAnthony Melton.
Well, that's helping your team. By and large, he's taking shots he knows he can make.
And Brandon Podziemski gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. We've got 1:23 left to play here in the second quarter. Now in his late 30s, Steph Curry continues to be a dominant force.
Well, his conditioning is on a world-class level, Kevin. He's never been one to beat you with his explosiveness, so his plan is just to outlast his opponent.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Snatched up. Here's Wells. Good work there as it goes. Wells has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
Pass to Podziemski. Back to Curry. There's the triple. That one, no good. The Grizzlies have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Wells with it. Curry meets him. Off target from 3-point range.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And finished off by Horford.
The veteran instincts of Horford just has a great feel for how to position himself on the offensive board.
There's Jackson with the 3. The shot will not fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. Thank you, Allie. And folks, don't go away. Halftime is here, and we'll be right back with you after this break.
It'll be the Detroit Pistons up against the Hornets in Charlotte. Start time 7 o'clock Eastern.
And this could be a fairly competitive one.
Now let's get back to the game at hand. Stephen Curry has his fingerprints all over that first half. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Nothing in this league more difficult to defend than a well-timed weak side cut.
Backcourt pair will be Curry and Podziemski. Green is out there with Moses Moody. And it's Horford at the center, locking down the middle. That's the Warriors' 5. Jackson finds Jerome for the 3. The shot, no good. Warriors shooting a magnificent 69% in this game, and that one is good.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
First team foul.
And for Memphis, they're shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Jerome against Curry. That one goes in. Jerome's got his second bucket of the game to go.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, getting a high percentage look right out of the locker room to start the second half. Exactly what they were looking for.
And so here's Memphis. Now a timeout called by Memphis. Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night.
It's Curry outside. Good! Another from 3.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep.
And he's tied Curry's mark from 2016, which was the top spot for threes in a game for a short while. It's been that kind of takeover display that we've seen here tonight.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, Stephen Curry is nearing the finish line. He said every year there's some new style, new energy coming through that challenges you. And seeing these young dudes come up and understanding how much talent there is, this is not going to be around forever. So enjoy every moment of it. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Allie. And we see Brandon Podziemski. He's been a valuable player, Tim, since his first day. Connects again from distance.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing.
In all those great shooting performances from Klay Thompson, well, this night belongs right there with him.
Outside Curry. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Coward. No good on the triple. Golden State's gone 4-6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Podziemski on the wing. Some nice passing by Golden State. And again for 3.
And that is a 3 that would put him in the record book.
A historic performance by a historically good shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had.
Klay Thompson's mark of 14 is bested. What a shooting display.
Timeout called the Grizzlies. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Hendricks is checked in, and Pippen subbed in for Ty Jerome. Now here's Wells. defense right on him. And Aldama slams it in.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
It's Curry outside. And again.
Make that 61 point.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Grizzlies. And it's Coward missing. Warriors have gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. Curry finds Melton. Back to Curry. The three. And the Warriors, another three.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
58 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Pippen. And he banks in the layup.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
And a deep three from Curry. And another three for Golden State.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
For Memphis, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Into the lane. Here's Pippen. And it's Melton with the rebound.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
3-second difference between shot clock and game. Sinks the three-pointer.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Tipped away. Here's Richard. From down in the low post, it goes.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. Back right after this. Welcome back, everyone, as we continue on a record-setting night.
And a three-point barrage, the likes of which we've never seen. This man is etching his name in the history books.
And for Memphis, they're shooting 47%, pretty solid. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth, we've got Ty Jerome. He's out there with Pippen. And it's Anderson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
And they have left the defense scrambling because they have found success in the paint, which has allowed them to play inside out.
Now here's Anderson. Tight defense on him. Porzingis comes with the double team. Pippen with the wide open look. And he's good on the three ball.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. And he gets the bucket. Pippen's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, he's not the reason they're down right now. He has played smart, efficient basketball.
Chalk up 2 there.
And nice use of size by Porzingis inside. Able to practically play on top of the D.
Porzingis has gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. They get a hand on it. And stolen by Melton. Down low. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
All it takes is a half second of carelessness, and someone will be rocking the rim going the other way. Well, he would like to forget that first half, but he has found something out there now.
Out to the wing. Pass to Porzingis. Golden State moving the ball around. Bangs home the trifecta.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
For Memphis, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Pippen dishes to Anderson. Here he goes. The tray. Memphis keeping it alive with a new 14. That one good for 2.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Got that one up quick.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
Here's Jerome. That 3 off the mark. Golden State's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Tim, as we look at the area of modern medicine, isn't it amazing how it's helping extend playing careers?
Yeah, it's really incredible, Kevin, how these procedures now are so much less invasive. Guys come back sooner and they're able to play longer. Just look at Klay Thompson gifting his 2022 championship ring to the doctor who performed his Achilles surgery. Now that's the kind of impact these doctors are having.
It really is amazing.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, you have to love the execution and you have to love the relentlessness.
Here's Golden State. They're on a 15-5 run. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity.
Personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Grizzlies, Spencer. At the line for one.
What's up?
Substitution on the court.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Pass to Wells, fires the 3. The Warriors pull it in. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Santos, no good on the 3. Grizzlies have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth of 9. And Aldama slams it in.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
From the arc. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Pass to Aldama. Over post. Aldama gets the bucket.
That's exactly the look they wanted.
There's 1:40 left to play here in the fourth. Milton with the ball. There's the 3. Does not score for only the second time in 7 shots this game.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Stephen Curry.
Yeah, he was just laser focused in that game. It got to the point where you just knew if he shot it, it was going in.
Here's Santos, guarded by Jackson from deep. And the Warriors miss again. And the Grizzlies with possession here. No one near as Jerome lets it go. Offline with his 3. Pass to Spencer. Here's Santos. And the Warriors miss again. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. To the middle. Jumps up. Trips down the breakaway slam.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Yeah, the atmosphere in this arena has been unbelievable. Great all-around effort by everyone to put this game away.
And the first one at the line is good. and he can't hit the second. Back to post. Pass to Santos. Cranes the three-pointer.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Stephen Curry.
And for those teams that look like a total rebuild now, how do they stay motivated, Grant?
Well, B.A., for the free agents to be, it's all about the dollar signs. And, of course, for the younger players, this is your chance to show you deserve minutes.
The starters for the Memphis Grizzlies. They've got Ty Jerome, Santi Aldama out there with Jackson. Then there's Jalen Wells, and it's Coward in at the two-guard spot. Now here's Jerome. Basket counts. Aldama's got his second basket.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Curry, Jerome grabs the miss. Aldama outside. There's the drive, and that one is hammered home.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Yeah, most of the time you assume Curry's three ball is falling. That's how good he is.
Kicks it out to Jackson. Misses the three. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Out of bounds, it'll be Memphis's ball. From a mid-major school to a first-round pick, Wisconsin native Brandon Pajemski has had quite the rise, RJ.
Yeah, finishes top 5 in Rookie of the Year voting in 2024. Pods gives you a little bit of everything. everything on the floor. Great rebounder for his size also.
Now here's Aldama. He's got 6. And the dunk by Jackson.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Pass to Moody. Lets the 3 fly. And the Warriors with another 3.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp. Aldama outside. Fires the 3. Back to Jerome. Now here's Jackson. Green covering. Kept alive. Jerome. That's good.
Stayed with it, and his effort is rewarded with the second chance bucket.
Outside Pajemski. Pass to Green. Here's Horford. And here's Curry for 3. Yes. Great play by Horford to set him up. Curry's got his second basket of the night.
Just another day at the office for Mr. Curry.
Kicks it out to Jackson. Jackson with another miss.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of a slump.
Let's go with a 3. And the Warriors with another 3. And so Tomas Isolo calls the timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Part of the 2007 draft. Al Horford continues to be such a valuable player, Richard.
One of the oldest guys in the league. Horford gives you shooting and passing in that front court. Off the floor, he's probably even more valuable as a mentor.
Taking a glance now at the league's best shot-blocking small forwards over the past month. Here's Jerome. Really helps his team on offense, recording 20 points a game. Outside Wells. Takes the 3. Doesn't go that time.
Even though it didn't go down, they'll take that shot every time.
Curry, no good.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
And there's the call on Al Horford. That's his first foul of the game. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Here's Golden State. They're on a 12-4 run. Outside Curry. The 3-ball. Another 3 for Golden State.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Grizzlies trail by 5. Here's Wells. And again, it's Memphis missing. Outside Curry. Back to Green. Pass to Curry. From downtown. Fires in the triple. Curry's got 15 points.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Curry against Jerome. Oh, Green with a block.
This is the high-impact D we expect from Green, an intelligent defender who can find these blocks.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
So Tomas Isolo has decided to call timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And the Warriors make some changes. Kristaps Porzingis comes in for Draymond Green. And Santos is subbed in for Moody. 1:24 left in the first quarter of the game. This one for 3. Jerome, no good.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Back to Porzingis. From outside the arc. Another 3 for Golden State.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been 3s.
Jerome passes to Pippen. And the foul called on Brandon Pajemski. That's his first foul of the game. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Anderson's checked in for Aldama. Caldwell Pope comes in for Jackson. And Spencer's subbed in for Jerome. Nice ball movement by Memphis. And finished off by Anderson.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. The three from Curry. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
He has been a key factor for them offensively, scoring with consistency.
Here's Spencer. Horford covering. Pass to Anderson. And he banks in the layup. Anderson's got his second basket on the night.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Curry surveys. And the Warriors with another three.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Grizzlies trail by 15. On the take. Puts one up from 19. The Warriors pull it in. A tough loss coming against the Lakers in their last game played.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
Yeah, if you allow a team to shoot such a high percentage in their own building, you're going to have a big hill to climb.
Steph and Curry getting it done for the Warriors. He put up a jaw-dropping number of three-pointers. An exceptional single-quarter performance. More 2K action in just a moment. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
The Warriors lead by 15. On the court for Memphis, we've got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Scottie Pippen Jr. out there with Kyle Anderson, and it's Hendricks in at the 4. Off the mark there with a 3. And so it's Memphis with it. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, guys. Well, this September, Grizzlies legend Marc Gasol was enshrined in the Basketball Hall of Fame. A 3-time All-Star and Defensive Player of the Year, Marc was acquired in a trade for his brother, Pau Gasol, who was likewise an All-Star with the Grizzlies. Marc, a fixture on and off the court in Memphis. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
Oh, I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket.
Grizzlies trail by 18. Pass to Spencer. Back to Pippen. Here's Spencer. 6 on the shot clock. To the wing, right side. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Caldwell-Pope for 3. Hits the trifecta. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, fans becoming very familiar with the term second apron over the last few seasons. Front offices admit the devil is in the details. While it's not exactly a hard cap, teams are showing little willingness to endure the penalties that come with persisting above that second apron threshold.
That's for certain. Shams, thank you for the report. Big group substitution here for Memphis. And while we have a chance, the 2K leaderboard showing the NBA's best when it comes to steals. In the third spot, the Warriors.
This team will punish you for sloppy ball control, no question. They've got a lot of fast-handed guys just waiting to take advantage.
Oh, got that one up quick. Curry's got 24.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Grizzlies trail by 18. Jerome on the wing. Green covering. Pass to Coward. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got 4 rebounds now.
nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now. All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown. And they're just not willing to give the ball handlers any breathing room.
Some nice ball movement by Memphis. Wells misses. The Warriors lead by 21. Pass to Porzingis. Shoots over Anderson. Porzingis misses.
I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised he missed that.
Jerome outside.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution. Running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
And the basket by Curry. He has 29 now.
Sometimes there's just no stopping Curry. He's just too skilled.
And Jerome has got the ball here for Memphis. They're coming off that loss against Portland.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
Boy, they looked like they were asleep on that end of the floor. No one was talking. No one was paying attention. Yeah, it was rough.
To the paint. Here's Moody. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one.
One of the most unselfish superstars out there. Curry is always looking to make his teammates better.
Beyond the arc. And it's Stephen Curry with the rebound. The Warriors lead by 20. They kick it out to Porzingis. Moody passes to Curry. Outside, Green. From deep, Melton. It's rebounded by Memphis. Down low. Here's Anderson. And finished off by Anderson.
While he's a bit undersized for a 4, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Golden State has got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the three-point line in the second. Outside Curry from behind the arc. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
And so Tomas Isolo calls a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And some changes here for the Warriors. Now Horford's checked in for Porzingis. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Melton. Then for Memphis, Aldama's checked in for Anderson. And it's Jackson in for Prosper. Grizzlies trail by 21. And here's Jerome. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Trailblazers in Portland. And the bucket is good. Jerome's got his second bucket on the night.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Outside Curry. Connects again from distance. Woo, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
B.A., he's on fire.
For Memphis, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall in the second. Well, Richard, he's from a place with a history of great big men. Santi Aldama is next in line.
Well, the first Spanish players that come to mind for me are the Gasol brothers. The connection, Spanish and big men. Aldama has carried that lineage well in his short time in the NBA.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
And the foul called on Brandon Pajemski. That's foul number 2 for him. Memphis has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. Outside Wells. Kicks it out to Jackson. The 15-footer. Rebounded by Green. Green's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Pajemski. Off target from 3-point range. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Coward into the lane. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That's on Al Horford.
It was a strong move. The shot's just a little off.
Memphis shooting their first free throws of the evening. First one falls for him. And so he hits both. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to Curry. Puts up a three. And again for three. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in. Feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
Here's Jerome. Here's Aldama. And the shot no good. A bit short. He gets it up. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
That's the play that pumps up the whole team, and they'll try to carry that energy into the next period.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors, firmly in control with an impressive 28-point lead as the quarter ends. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
And that game against the Nuggets, no one's picking them. Maybe if they play mistake-free ball, they'll have a chance. But a slim one at best.
I'm sure someone in the world is picking them, right? Maybe not. Who knows? Now let's get back to the game at hand. Stephen Curry has his fingerprints all over that first half.
Curry brings a different dynamic. No matter what the defense throws at him, finds a way to counter. Terrific first half.
Instead of doing it with size and speed, Curry does it with skill and heart. A special talent. That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
He's hit shot after shot from deep. He's so locked in right now.
If I'm his teammate, I keep feeding the hot hand, especially since he's been on fire from deep also.
Good! Another from three.
The parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for second for most threes in a game. What a monster performance from deep it's been.
Yeah, moving alongside Curry's mark from 2016. That was the top spot until Klay took it.
Here's the three. Connects again from distance.
And of course it falls for him. And that three pushing him into the record books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. A night we'll never forget.
Yeah, matching Klay's 14. One
good. Another from three.
And that is a three that will put him in the record books.
The most triples ever in a game. History being made.
Yeah, making waves and passing the splash brother, Klay Thompson. 15 threes and counting.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Over the past month, here's the best in free throw shooting. Fifth, Stephen Curry.
And over this stretch, his foul shooting has been exceptional. You could tell he was enjoying every single trip to the line.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Tries to keep it alive. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will have it.
Boy, that was bad. It was like they were running different plays.
And here are the Warriors now. Fires for three. And got it! Another basket!
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Wells. And again, Memphis no good.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, that's it right now. He's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, BA. A lot of conversation in the NBA about expansion. Commissioner Adam Silver said there are clearly markets out there that are very interested and will run through a process. I'm looking forward to it. There's an enormous amount of interest out there. It's on the league to look at it holistically. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, appreciate the report.
Ooh, he's been the guy tonight. Really impressive performance.
Pass to Coward. Back to Jerome to end the run. And again, it's Memphis missing.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
And the basket by Curry.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
Jackson can't get it to go.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
Podziemski's shot is good.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
And Jerome has got the ball here for the Grizzlies. Here's Coward. Pure from three-point range. Coward's got 6 in the quarter.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Outside, Green. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Memphis has gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half.
So sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop. The three from Curry, and another one. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
For Memphis, they've gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
Got it in close, and unless it's an open three, that's the key to efficient offense.
Hendricks has checked in for Jackson. They've got a commanding lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way.
Curry against Jerome. Outside Curry, down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Here's Porzingis, and he drops it in from the low post. Porzingis has got 5 points.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
We know how impactful Kristaps Porzingis can be, but he's often limited by injuries.
Yeah, BA. Since 2018, Porzingis has only reached the 60-game mark once. But when he's out there, oh, he is the X factor.
And here's Curry for 3. He drops it from range.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
The Grizzlies have gotten 5 of 10 shots to go. Here's Coward. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. 14 points for him.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
And I'll tell you what, the way they're able to pressure the ball and those quick hands, that's what led to an opening.
And as soon as they got the steal, it was off to the races. This is the aggressive mindset that the coaching staff encourages them to maintain.
This will be his second trip to the free throw line in this one. That free throw good from Jerome. Prosper's checked in for Memphis. Pippen comes in for Wells. The Grizzlies have gotten 7 of 12 shots to drop in the third from 10 feet away. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here.
Team foul. Shooting for Memphis, Ty Jerome. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Jerome. Payton's checked in for the Warriors. And that's good as he hits both shots.
He couldn't get to the line once in the first half. Coach must have really talked to him at the break.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Melton misses. Memphis has gone 3 of 7 from deep so far in the third quarter. Payton with a steal. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over already. The Warriors on top, just dominating this one. And we're coming right back after this. And we return to the action as the single-game record for three-pointers is being rewritten.
Give this man his flowers. He is putting on a game for the ages.
Here's Pippen. On the court for the Grizzlies. Scottie Pippen Jr. out there with Ty Jerome. And it's Spencer in at the 3. Pippen, no good. And the Warriors shooting the ball 70% in this game. Out of bounds, it'll be Memphis's ball. Jerome against Melton. Jerome, that's good.
Well orchestrated. And then the pass is right on the money.
Jerome against Melton. Here's post. Three-pointer off the mark. And the Grizzlies shooting about 48% from the floor. Pretty good. Here's Prosper. And he gets that one.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Three-pointer, no good. And Jerome has got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. To the inside. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Golden State has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Pass to post. Well, some lament the death of the mid-range jumper in today's game. Grant, you got any fixes?
Well, some have suggested cutting out the corner threes. If the three-point line was only like above the break, teams would probably need to rely more on that mid-range.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
The Warriors have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. From deep, Melton gets the 3 to fall. Melton's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. For Memphis, they've gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Here's Jerome. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Second personal foul.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Warriors?
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
Both free throws good from Jerome.
They've been playing with much greater physicality this half. Getting themselves to the free throw line is a bust.
Melton finds Porzingis. Over Jackson. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist from Melton.
That's why they call him the unicorn. Porzingis is a 3-level scorer at 7'2". That's a problem.
And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
The shot from 20 feet out. Aldama grabs the board.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Jerome passes to Aldama. Outside Wells. Fires from deep. That one is off. Golden State has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Porzingis for three. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. Here's Coward. And there's Memphis with another bucket.
Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
Melton passes to Porzingis. Here's Santos from deep. And the Warriors with another three.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
I think when you've got it going from three-point range, you've got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
There are usually 1 or 2 mid-season coaching changes in the NBA every year. Can those energize the team, Grant?
You know, B.A., we've seen it give teams a boost in the past, but only on occasion. Usually it's a last-ditch effort in a doomed season or simply just turning the page.
And the Warriors making a change here. Spencer's checked in. Golden State has gone 4 of 6 from deep thus far in the 4th.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Warriors.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And they increased their win total to 29.
And with just 1 game left to play between them, they've captured the first 2 meetings of the year.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Stephen Curry.
We certainly got to see his best effort on offense, attacking the defense without fear and grabbing a lot of buckets.
Melton on the wing for 3. Knocks down the triple.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Here's Wells. Nails it from 3.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
From deep, Melton. Another 3 for Golden State.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Jerome outside. And so it's the Warriors taking care of business in this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Stephen Curry.
Hey, I'm popping like I got a holler. You want me? Hey, yo, I'm popping like I got a jalapeno on me. Serve it off the plate, dog. You need to feed your homies.